Итак, текст на аудирование и перевод к 4-му уроку. В этом уроке снова даны порядковые числительные, то есть 1, 2, 3, 24 и так далее. Итак, вы должны: первое, прослушать предложение, остановить воспроизведение. Третье, записать это предложение себе в тетрадь на английском языке и письменно перевести его на английский язык. Поехали!
The first. There aren't accountants in the offices. The second.
No, the accountants aren't in the offices.
The third.
Isn't there a peach on the table?
The fourth.
No, the peach isn't on the table.
The fifth.
Isn't there food in the bowl?
The sixth.
No, the pets don't have food in the bowl.
The seventh.
Isn't there an accountant in the office?
The eighth.
No, we don't have an accountant in the office.
The ninth.
There's paper in the folder.
The 10th.
Yes, the administrator has paper in the folder.
The 11th.
There isn't food in the bowl.
The 12th.
No, the animal doesn't have food in the bowl.
The 13th.
Aren't the accountants in the offices?
The 14th.
No, the accountants aren't in the offices.
The 15th.
Are there lists in the folders?
The 16th.
Yes, the finalists have lists in the folders.
The 17th.
Isn't the food in the bowls?
The 18th.
No, the birds don't have food in the bowls.
The 19th.
Is the accountant in the office?
The 20th.
Yes, the pharmacist has an accountant in the office.
The 21st.
Aren't the plans in the folders?
The 22nd.
No, the representative doesn't have plans in the folders.
The 23rd.
Is the picture in the folder?
The 24th.
Yes, the secretary has a picture in the folder.
The 25th.
There aren't peaches on the tables.
The 26th.
Yes, the peaches aren't on the tables.
The 27th.
Is there a peach on the table?
The 28th.
Yes, the artist has a peach on the table.
The 29th.
Do the athletes have peaches on the tables?
The 30th.
Yes, the peaches are on the tables.
The 31st.
Don't the kittens have food in the bowls?
The 32nd.
No, the food isn't in the bowls.
The 33rd.
There are bananas in the refrigerator.
The 34th.
Yes, the bananas are in the refrigerator.
The 35th.
Do you have wardrobes in the rooms?
The 36th.
Yes, we have wardrobes in the rooms.
The 37th.
There are skirts on the hangers.
The 38th.
Yes, the schoolgirls have skirts on the hangers.
The 39th.
Are the planes in the sky?
The 40th.
Yes, the planes are in the sky. The 41st.
Do I have a t-shirt on the hanger?
The 42nd.
Yes, I have a t-shirt on the hanger.
The 43rd.
Is there a star in the sky?
The 44th.
Yes, the star is in the sky.
The 45th.
Is there a banana in the refrigerator?
The 46th. Yes, the ant has a banana in the refrigerator. The 47th.
There are boots in the wardrobe.
The 48th.
Yes, the boots are in the wardrobe.
The 49th.
There aren't stars in the sky.
The 50th.
No, the stars aren't in the sky.
The 51st.
Are there t-shirts on the hangers?
The 52nd.
Yes, the t-shirts are on the hangers.
The 53rd.
Is there milk in the refrigerators?
The 54th.
Yes, the grandfathers have milk in the refrigerators.
The 55th.
Are there wardrobes in the rooms?
The 56th.
Yes, the wardrobes are in the rooms.
The 57th.
There's a skirt on the hanger.
The 58th.
Yes, the housewife has a skirt on the hanger.
The 59th.
There's a plane in the sky.
The 60th.
Yes, the plane is in the sky.
The 61st.
Aren't there skis at homes?
The 62nd.
No, we don't have skis at homes.
The 63rd.
Don't we have teachers at schools?
The 64th. No, we don't have teachers at schools. The 65th.
Isn't there a bed in the house?
The 66th.
No, the bed isn't in the house.
The 67th.
Isn't the bread in the refrigerators?
The 68th. No, it isn't in the refrigerators. The 69th.
Don't we have skis at homes?
The 70th.
No, we don't have skis at homes.
The 71st.
There aren't lessons at school.
The 72nd.
No, you don't have lessons at school.
The 73rd.
There are kettles in the kitchens.
The 74th.
Yes, you have kettles in the kitchens.
The 75th. Isn't the ski at home? The 76th.
No, you don't have the ski at home.
The 77th.
Are the fans at schools?
The 78th.
Yes, the fans are at schools.
The 79th.
Are there pants in the wardrobe?
The 80th.
Yes, the schoolgirl has pants in the wardrobe.
The 81st.
There isn't a ski at home. The 82nd.
No, the ski isn't at home.
The 83rd.
Isn't there a bed in the bedroom?
The 84th.
No, the driver doesn't have a bed in the bedroom.
The 85th.
Is there a kettle in the kitchen?
The 86th.
Yes, the kettle is in the kitchen.
The 87th.
Is the lesson at school?
The 88th.
Yes, the lesson is at school.
The 89th.
There aren't beds in the houses.
The 90th.
No, the beds aren't in the houses.
The 91st.
There are televisions in the living rooms.
The 92nd.
Yes, the televisions are in the living rooms.
The 93rd. Don't I have a charger in the bag? The 94th.
No, I don't have a charger in the bag.
The 95th.
Do the ants have beds in the bedrooms?
The 96th.
Yes, the ants have beds in the bedrooms.
The 97th.
There aren't towels in the bathrooms.
The 98th.
No, the towels aren't in the bathrooms.
The 99th.
Do the fathers have televisions in the living rooms?
The 100th.
Yes, the fathers have televisions in the living rooms.
The 101st.
Isn't there a charger in the bag?
The 102nd.
No, the cleaner doesn't have a charger in the bag.
The 103rd.
Doesn't the carpenter have a radio in the living room?
The 104th.
No, the carpenter doesn't have a radio in the living room.
The 105th.
Do the uncles have kettles in the kitchens?
The 106th. Yes, the uncles have kettles in the kitchens. The 107th.
Don't the attendants have a television in the room?
The 108th.
No, the attendants don't have television in the room.
The 109th.
Aren't there chargers in the bags?
The 110th.
No, the tourists don't have chargers in the bags.
The 111th.
Is the kettle in the kitchen?
The 112th.
Yes, the kettle is in the kitchen.
The 113th.
Isn't there a towel in the bathroom?
The 114th. No, the tourist doesn't have a towel in the bathroom. The 115th.
Isn't the television in the living room?
The 116th.
No, the television isn't in the living room.
The 117th.
Aren't the radios in the living rooms?
The 118th.
The radios aren't in the living rooms.
The 119th.
Aren't the chargers in the bags?
The 120th.
No, the chargers aren't in the bags.
The 121st.
There's a book in the backpack.
The 122nd.
Yes, you have a book in the backpack.
The 123rd.
There isn't money in the wallet.
The 124th. No, the guests don't have money in the wallet. The 125th.
Doesn't the room attendant have a towel in the bathroom?
The 126th.
No, the room attendant doesn't have a towel in the bathroom.
The 127th.
There isn't a radio in the apartment.
The 128th.
No, the radio isn't in the apartment.
The 129th.
There are kopecks in the pockets.
The 130th.
Yes, the girl has kopecks in the pockets.
The 131st.
Isn't there a bill in the wallet?
The 132nd.
No, the bill isn't in the wallet.
The 133rd.
Aren't the towels in the bathrooms?
The 134th.
No, the towels aren't in the bathrooms.
The 135th.
Aren't there notebooks in the backpacks?
The 136th.
No, the schoolboys don't have notebooks in the backpacks.
The 137th. Don't you have a kopeck in the pocket? The 138th.
No, I don't have a kopeck in the pocket.
The 139th.
Aren't there rubles in the wallets?
The 140th.
No, the guests don't have rubles in the wallets.
The 141st.
Aren't there radios in the apartments?
The 142nd.
No, the flight attendants don't have radios in the apartments.
The 143rd. Aren't the textbooks in the backpacks? The 144th.
No, the textbooks aren't in the backpacks.
The 145th.
Aren't the euros in the wallets?
The 146th.
No, the housewives don't have euros in the wallets.
The 147th.
Aren't there kopecks in the pocket?
The 148th.
No, the kopecks aren't in the pocket.
The 149th.
Don't the schoolchildren have a kopeck in the pockets?
The 150th. No, the school children don't have a kopeck in the pockets. The 151st.
Are there coins in the purses?
The 152nd.
Yes, we have coins in the purses.
The 153rd.
Does the climber have a clock on the wall?
The 154th.
Yes, the clock is on the wall.
The 155th.
Are there bicycles in the halls?
The 156th.
No, we don't have bicycles in the halls.
The 157th.
Isn't there a notebook in the backpack?
The 158th.
No, the builder doesn't have a notebook in the backpack.
The 159th.
Are there paintings on the wall?
The 160th.
Yes, the colleague has paintings on the wall.
The 161st. There's a dining room in the house. The 162nd.
Yes, the dining room is in the house.
The 163rd.
Are the paintings on the walls?
The 164th.
Yes, the clown has paintings on the walls.
The 165th.
Are the coins in the purses?
The 166th.
Yes, you have coins in the purses.
The 167th.
There's a bicycle in the hall.
The 168th.
Yes, the bicycle is in the hall.
The 169th.
Don't you have clocks on walls?
The 170th. No, I don't have clocks on the walls. The 171st.
There isn't a coin in the purse.
The 172nd.
The climber doesn't have a coin in the purse.
The 173rd.
Do you have a bicycle in the hall?
The 174th.
Yes, I have a bicycle in the hall.
The 175th.
Are there dining rooms in the houses?
The 176th.
Yes, we have dining rooms in the houses.
The 177th.
Is the coin in the purse?
The 178th.
Yes, the coin is in the purse.
The 179th.
Do the climbers have bicycles in the halls?
The 180th.
No, you don't have bicycles in the halls.
The 181st. Don't the artists have a table in the dining room? The 182nd.
No, you don't have a table in the dining room.
The 183rd.
Is there a commander in the street?
The 184th.
Do you have a commander in the street?
The 185th.
Yes, I have a commander in the street.
The 186th.
There's a network in the city.
The 187th.
Do we have a network in the city?
The 188th. Yes, you have a network in the city. The 189th.
Aren't there gas stations in the town?
The 190th.
Don't you have gas stations in the town?
The 191st.
No, you don't have gas stations in the town.
The 192nd.
Do you have spoons in the dining rooms?
The 193rd.
Yes, I have spoons in the dining rooms.
The 194th.
Aren't there charging stations in the city?
The 195th.
Do you have charging stations in the city?
The 196th.
Yes, you have charging stations in the city.
The 197th.
Do we have commanders in the streets?
The 198th. Yes, I have commanders in the streets. The 199th.
Are there networks in the cities?
The 200th.
Don't we have networks in the cities?
The 201st.
No, we don't have networks in the cities.
The 202nd.
Isn't there a cyclist in the street?
The 203rd.
Don't we have a cyclist in the street?
The 204th.
Yes, the cyclist is in the street.
The 205th.
Does the businessman have gas stations in the towns?
The 206th.
Are the gas stations in the towns?
The 207th.
Yes, the businessman has gas stations in the towns.
The 208th.
There's a gas station in the town.
The 209th.
Yes, the gas station is in the town.
The 210th.
We have a petrol station in the town.
The 211th. There's a surgeon in the village. The 212th.
Yes, the surgeon is in the village.
The 213th.
Do the champions have washing machines in the bathrooms?
The 214th.
Yes, the champions have washing machines in the bathrooms.
The 215th.
Aren't there tools on the floor?
The 216th.
No, the mechanic doesn't have tools on the floor.
The 217th.
Is there a dishwasher in the kitchen?
The 218th.
Yes, the dishwasher is in the kitchen.
The 219th. There aren't buses in the villages. The 220th.
No, the buses aren't in the villages.
The 221st.
Don't the soccer players have a dishwasher in the apartments?
The 222nd.
No, the dishwashers aren't in the apartments.
The 223rd.
Are the boots on the floor?
The 224th.
Yes, the skaters have boots on the floor.
The 225th.
Is there a washing machine in the bathroom?
The 226th.
Yes, the washing machine is in the bathroom.
The 227th.
Is there a tool on the floor?
The 228th.
Yes, the tool is on the floor.
The 229th.
Are the dishwashers in the kitchens?
The 230th.
Yes, you have dishwashers in the kitchens.
The 231st.
Does the businesswoman have a charging station in the village?
The 232nd.
Yes, the charging station is in the village.
The 233rd.
Aren't there shoes at the doors?
The 234th.
No, the shoes aren't at the doors.
The 235th.
Don't I have water on the floor?
The 236th.
No, I don't have water on the floor.
The 237th. Does the electrician have a dishwasher in the kitchen? The 238th.
No, the dishwasher isn't in the kitchen.
The 239th.
Are the competitions in the villages?
The 240th.
Yes, the competitions are in the villages.
The 241st.
Does the guest have shoes at the door?
The 242nd.
No, the guest doesn't have shoes at the door.
The 243rd.
Aren't the flowers on the table?
The 244th.
No, the author doesn't have flowers on the table.
The 245th.
Is there an advertisement on the radio?
The 246th. Yes, the competitors have an advertisement on the radio. The 247th.
There isn't a flower on the table.
The 248th.
The flower isn't on the table.
The 249th.
Do I have a washing machine in the apartment?
The 250th.
Yes, the washing machine is in the apartment.
The 251st.
Are the shoes at the doors?
The 252nd.
Yes, the shoes are at the door.
The 253rd. Do the athletes have flowers on the tables? The 254th.
Yes, the athletes have flowers on the tables.
The 255th.
There's music in the apartment.
The 256th.
Yes, the music is in the apartment.
The 257th.
Do the pensioners have advertisements on the radio?
The 258th.
Yes, the pensioners have advertisements on the radio.
The 259th.
Do you have shoes at the door?
The 260th. Yes, I have shoes at the door. The 261st.
Don't the daughters have washing machines in the apartments?
The 262nd.
Yes, the daughters have washing machines in the apartments.
The 263rd.
There are flowers on the table.
The 264th.
The museum attendant has flowers on the table.
The 265th.
There are advertisements on the radio.
The 266th.
Yes, the advertisements are on the radio.
The 267th.
Are the grandsons in the yard?
The 268th.
Yes, the grandsons are in the yard.
The 269th.
There isn't music on television.
The 270th.
No, the music isn't on television.
The 271st.
There are cars in the yards.
The 272nd.
Yes, the cars are in the yards.
The 273rd.
Are there oranges in the box?
The 274th.
Yes, the passengers have oranges in the box.
The 275th.
Does the decorator have music on television?
The 276th.
Yes, the decorator has music on television.
The 277th.
Is the grandson in the yard?
The 278th.
Yes, the grandson is in the yard.
The 279th.
Is the monitor on the desk?
The 280th.
Yes, the monitor is on the desk.
The 281st. Is there fruit in the boxes? The 282nd.
Yes, the fruit is in the boxes.
The 283rd.
Is the mail in the room?
The 284th.
Yes, the mail is in the room.
The 285th.
There's an advertisement on television.
The 286th.
The advertisement is on television.
The 287th.
Does the lawyer have a monitor on the desk?
The 288th.
Yes, the lawyer has a monitor on the desk.
The 289th. There's mail on the table. The 290th.
Yes, we have mail on the table.
The 291st. There are volunteers in the yards. The 292nd.
Yes, the politicians have volunteers in the yards.
The 293rd.
Does the student have music in the room?
The 294th.
Yes, the student has music in the room.
The 295th.
Aren't there pears in the box?
The 296th.
No, the pears aren't in the box.
The 297th.
Do the diplomats have mail on the table?
The 298th.
Yes, the diplomats have mail on the table.
The 299th.
There aren't monitors on the desks.
The 300th. Don't the colleagues have monitors on the desks? The 301st.
No, the monitors aren't on the desks.
The 302nd. Isn't there mail on the table? The 303rd.
No, we don't have mail on the table.
The 304th.
There isn't a window in the room.
The 305th.
Isn't the window in the room?
The 306th.
No, you don't have a window in the room.
The 307th.
We don't have roofs on the houses.
The 308th.
Yes, the roofs are on the houses.
The 309th.
there isn't equipment at the factory.
The 310th.
Isn't the equipment at the factory?
The 311th.
No, the director doesn't have the equipment at the factory.
The 312th.
Aren't the carrots in the boxes?
The 313th.
No, the carrots aren't in the boxes.
The 314th.
There aren't windows in the house.
The 315th.
Aren't the windows in the house?
The 316th. Yes, you have windows in the house. The 317th.
Don't the directors have equipment at the factories?
The 318th.
No, the directors don't have equipment at the factories.
The 319th.
There aren't bathrooms in the apartments.
The 320th.
Don't I have bathrooms in the apartments?
The 321st.
Yes, you have bathrooms in the apartments.
The 322nd.
Doesn't the farmer have roofs on the houses?
The 323rd.
Aren't the roofs on the houses?
The 324th.
No, the roofs aren't on the houses.
The 325th.
Is the equipment at the factory?
The 326th. Yes, the equipment is at the factory. The 327th.
You have equipment at the factory.
The 328th.
There isn't a letter in the mailbox.
The 329th.
Do I have a letter in the mailbox?
The 330th.
No, the letter isn't in the mailbox.
The 331st.
There's a bathroom in the apartment.
The 332nd.
Is the bathroom in the apartment?
The 333rd.
Yes, the apartment has the bathroom.
The 334th. Doesn't the house have elevators? The 335th.
No, the house doesn't have elevators.
The 336th.
Are the workers on the squares?
The 337th.
Yes, the workers are on the squares.
The 338th.
Isn't the bathroom in the apartment?
The 339th.
Yes, the bathroom is in the apartment.
The 340th.
Isn't there an elevator in the house?
The 341st.
No, you don't have an elevator in the house.
The 342nd.
Aren't there vegetables in the yard?
The 343rd.
Yes, he has vegetables in the yard.
The 344th.
Is the window in the room?
The 345th.
Yes, the window is in the room.
The 346th.
Are there tourists on the square?
The 347th. Yes, the tourists are on the square. The 348th.
There aren't trees in the yards.
The 349th.
No, the farmers don't have trees in the yards.
The 350th.
There aren't letters in the mailboxes.
The 351st.
Don't you have letters in the mailboxes?
The 352nd.
No, you don't have letters in the mailboxes.
The 353rd.
Are there elevators in the houses?
The 354th.
Yes, the houses have elevators.
The 355th.
There are supporters on the squares.
The 356th.
Yes, the party has supporters on the squares.
The 357th. Isn't the roof on the house? The 358th.
No, we don't have a roof on the house.
The 359th.
Do you have fruit in the yards?
The 360th.
Yes, we have fruit in the yards.
The 361st.
There aren't students on the square.
The 362nd.
No, the students aren't on the square.
The 363rd.
I'm not in the lake.
The 364th.
There aren't swimmers in the lake.
The 365th. No, the swimmers aren't in the lake. The 366th.
Is the letter in the mailbox?
The 367th.
Yes, the letter is in the mailbox.
The 368th.
Don't I have an elevator in the house?
The 369th.
No, I don't have an elevator in the house.
The 370th.
Does he have fruit in the yard?
The 371st.
Yes, he has fruit in the yard.
The 372nd.
There's a plane at the airport.
The 373rd.
Is the plane at the airport?
The 374th.
Yes, I have a plane at the airport.
The 375th.
Do you have swimmers in the lake?
The 376th.
Yes, the swimmers are in the lake.
The 377th.
Are there borders in the country?
378th.
Yes, the country has borders.
The 379th.
Does the state have lakes?
The 380th. Yes, the state has lakes. The 381st.
Aren't there cleaners at the airport?
The 382nd.
Yes, the airport has cleaners.
The 383rd.
Are there parties in the countries?
The 384th. Yes, the government has parties in the countries. The 385th.
Isn't there a fish in the lakes?
The 386th.
Yes, they have fish in the lakes.
The 387th.
Is there a government in the country?
The 388th.
Yes, the Prime Minister has a government in the country.
The 389th.
There aren't passengers at the airports.
The 390th.
Don't we have passengers at the airports?
The 391st.
No, the passengers aren't at the airports.
The 392nd. Are there leaders in the countries? The 393rd.
Yes, they have leaders in the countries.